On the bright morning of August 15, 2025, the tricolor waved proudly above the historic Red Fort as Prime Minister Narendra Modi stepped forward to address the nation on India's 79th Independence Day. Wearing his traditional saffron turban and white kurta pajama, he spoke with a tone that blended pride, determination, and a clear vision for the country's future. This was more than a ceremonial address. It was a call to action for every citizen to participate in shaping India's destiny. Early in his speech, he reaffirmed the idea of Atmanirbhar Bharat, a self-reliant India, and introduced the guiding mantra, Dam Kam, Zyada Dam, meaning lower price, greater value. He explained that India's manufacturing sector must stand out in global markets not by lowering standards, but by raising quality while keeping products affordable. In a world of trade disputes and shifting alliances, he said India's advantage would lie in producing world-class goods that proudly bear the label Made in India. From industry, the Prime Minister's focus shifted to the heart of the nation, the farmers, fishermen, and rural communities who form the backbone of the economy. He promised that no foreign agreement or economic arrangement would ever be allowed to undermine their livelihoods. Investment in rural infrastructure, fair pricing for produce, and better access to markets would remain a top priority. He acknowledged the vital role of fishermen in both coastal trade and national security, pledging continued support to strengthen their opportunities. Economic reforms formed a major part of the address. Modi announced that before Diwali, a next-generation goods and services tax system would come into effect, making compliance easier, lowering rates on essential goods, and using technology to improve transparency. For ordinary citizens, this would mean lower prices on daily necessities. For businesses, especially small and medium enterprises, a friendlier tax environment. Complementing these reforms was the launch of the Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Under this scheme, young people entering their first formal job would receive a one-time government incentive of 15,000 rupees. The Prime Minister described this as a way to encourage hiring, support youth entering the workforce, and boost the nation's economic momentum. He then turned to technology and innovation, revealing that by year's end, India's first batch of domestically produced semiconductors would be ready for market. This milestone, he said, would reduce dependency on foreign imports and strengthen industries from electronics to defense. His announcements extended beyond Earth itself, confirming that India's first space station project was on track, positioning the nation alongside the world's leading space powers. In the sphere of defense, Modi unveiled the Sudarshan Chakra defense system, a sophisticated multi-layered missile shield designed to protect India from modern security threats. This would complement the expansion of indigenous fighter jet production and naval upgrades, reinforcing self-reliance in military hardware. The Prime Minister paid tribute to the courage and skill of India's armed forces, with special praise for Operation Sindoor, a recent counter-terrorism mission in Pulangam, executed with precision and speed. This, he said, was proof of India's readiness to protect its people and sovereignty at a moment's notice. Moving to social empowerment, Modi emphasized that development must be inclusive. He highlighted initiatives to support women-led enterprises, expand digital literacy, and improve healthcare access in rural areas. He painted a picture of rural women running successful micro-businesses and children in remote villages learning through tablets powered by solar energy, a vision where technology bridges the gap between opportunity and geography. On climate action, he reiterated India's leadership in renewable energy, showcasing solar farms, wind power projects, and partnerships on clean technologies as proof that India was not only meeting its global commitments, but setting an example for sustainable growth. The speech concluded with a forward-looking vision, Viksit Bharat 2047, a developed India on the centenary of independence. In this vision were smart cities, powered by clean energy, digital governance accessible to all, high-speed rail networks, and a manufacturing sector respected worldwide. Farmers using advanced technology, youth leading innovation, and every citizen sharing in the nation's prosperity. He closed with a reminder that the freedoms won in 1947 now come with the responsibility to shape the next century of India's journey. The Prime Minister's message was clear. The path to a secure, prosperous, and self-reliant India lies in the hands of every Indian, and together, that future can and will be built.